Well, she's an accomplished author of 4 books, but her latest one just came out in May, He Who Finds a Wife. We're joined today by Lima author Evyn Vernee to tell us more, and thanks for coming today.
Hi.
Okay, so 4 books already. The first 3 you said were kind of a series. So this new book is something different for you. Tell us about it.
The newest book is different than the other 3. It is one of my favorites because even though it took a while, I became a better author after time, a better writer. So I do have people, supporters that have read all 4 books, support me from the beginning, and one of them actually told me that they really liked He Who Finds a Wife. This book also, I kind of like, I don't want to say watered down, I don't know the words to use for it, but I made it more for like a common situation that goes on with, you know, people in the household. Because
you said the theme was kind of domestic violence, right? So tell us a little bit about the storyline and what you're talking about in the book.
Okay, so what I'm talking about is just ways of like recognizing like the red flags if you are in a domestic violence situation, and just different in this particular character, she shows us how she maneuvers her way and how she protects herself from the man that she loves. And the sad thing is even though he is dangerous, she still can't help but to love him, even though she goes through a lot. She, I don't know if I should get an ending of the book.
Okay, yeah, don't tell. Yeah, really. but we see how that goes, huh?
Yeah, but basically it's kind of showing you the tactics of how you can like still protect yourself. And like I would say to someone, if you want to stay in a relationship, you know, everything is choice. If you want to stay in a relationship, stay in it. And if you want to get out and find an scapegoat, then do that as well.
What made you want to go this like domestic violence way in this kind of storyline? Because you said the other ones are kind of more a little spiritual, you said?
Well, He Who Finds a Wife is also spiritual. What I like about the book is, well, growing up as a little girl, like I was always like in church. My foundation is church. My grandfather was the late Reverend Eddie Kelly. And I would, even the preachers around here, I would notice they would come out of scripture and then they would come up with this sermon, and I would think, where did that come from? I didn't see the connection. So as I got older, I said, well, I think I can do that. And so I just did it in a book form. So what I like about He Who Finds a Wife is each chapter is actually a scripture from the Bible. And then the character goes through her trials and tribulations, or the people in her family, the women in her family go through their trials and tribulations based off of what the scripture says.
Wow, so that's unique. So to do that, you know, you must really get organized and stuff. So I mean, how long did that take for you to write that?
This particular book took me about 4 years.
Really?
Then I waited another year, so I want to say 5 years before I actually published it. So
so what's the process? So this is like love for you, right? This is
it takes time. It takes time.
So would you say men and women would also like this book? I mean, we got the holidays coming up for gift ideas.
Yeah, it's a good book for the holidays. Yes, actually, when I had a few of them and had presented them to some women, but you know, I noticed that with the story, when you start off writing, the character ends up telling their own story. And the same thing goes for a book. Like you might give a book to a person and then the book will find who it wants to be with. There was a particular woman that I had given the book to, and I asked her, well, how did you like the book or whatever? When I saw her again, she said, oh, I gave it to my son for Father's Day. And I thought, oh wow. And there have been a lot of men that have inboxed me or called me and asked me about the book, because there's men out there they're looking for a wife, so they think it's about
that.
finding
well, they can learn something from this.
Learn.
Yeah, very good. All right, so all of them we can get on Amazon. He Who Finds a Wife, your newest book. Thanks for joining us today and telling us about it. Nice to see you. All right, don't go away. We'll take a look at the weather forecast next.